love holistic living, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be talking about the steps that I've taken to manage my fiery Italian personality. And if you've ever met an Italian with fire, I mean, I've never met anybody who is, there are exceptions, but who is kind of like compassionate when they talk. That's from Italy. So I grew up like that. It's in my blood. It's passionate, and my Ayurvedic body type. So if you don't know what Ayurveda is, I'm going to tell you in a second, so stay with me. But my body type is predominantly Pitta, which is fire. Now, what is Ayurveda? I discovered Ayurveda in early 20s, and I became an Ayurvedic counselor. And what that is the most ancient healing science on the planet that's very holistic and that believes in the mind, body, and soul connections. It treats the root cause of the symptoms rather than the symptoms itself. So it directly goes into the energy of the body and how to balance them through diet and lifestyle. So I started to study that, and obviously I'm already fiery. And the people who meet me and with my clients, I am super they're like, oh my God, you're the sweetest person on the planet. And I have to say that I am very calm. I tend to be very compassionate and calm now. But as a kid, being raised in Italy and everyone's super fiery and not able to manage this fire inside of me, I was fire. And if I go back to Italy or something like it's triggering, people know. I just start talking with my hands, I get this fire going, and I kind of get very heated. And well, I now know how to pull myself down. But as a kid, I was the kid that luckily I got into martial art. I did karate for more than 10 years. I'm a black belt, and karate was the blessing in my life because I was able to take all of this fire. It was my outlet. I was punching and kicking 3+ times a week. Lots of sports, and plus the term very balancing and soothing for me. Okay, so that was the blessing in my life. But I was the kid that if the anger was coming up for me, I would break a toy. I would punch the wall. I've broken so many toys and brushes when I was a kid because I didn't know how to handle it. Then growing up with the Italian diet, which is delicious, but it's not the best if you want to manage that fire. And caffeine, so the Italian espresso multiple times a day, and sugar increased the fire in me, okay? And now looking back, I'm like, oh, if I only knew what I know now, I probably would have acted different. But that's okay. We can't just go back and have regrets. That's fine. That was part of my journey. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any updates. But I'm going to share with you the 6 steps that I have taken, that I've learned from Ayurveda, that have helped me tremendously to manage this inner fire. Before I get started, I want you to know that we all have the 3 main energies, Ayurvedic energies called doshas in the body. There is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. The Pitta ones, I'm specifically talking about Pitta, and if you really don't know what I'm talking about, go onto my website, loveholisticliving.com, take the quiz of the metabolic body type, and it will give you the answer if you have Pitta in your body, and a little bit of descriptions. I will help you to understand this energy. Pitta personality is, like I said, very fiery, very goal-oriented, determined, organized, fine. It makes fine business people and managers. They have a very organized mind, and they will accomplish and push through things like no one else can. So those are the go, go, go people. And I'm pretty sure you've met some of those, or you are one of them. I tend to attract this personality in my life that are business owners and very goal-driven women or men. And it's interesting, the dynamic, because I'm now on the other side and coaching them, and I kind of see where I was in my journey. And so it's really interesting. But let's get started. So the first tip that I want to share with you today is that when you embrace Ayurveda, it's not a strict practice, but it teaches you that small changes to your daily routine create consistency, and consistency creates a sense of relaxation, feeling safe. It's the same methodology that you would apply to kids. Kids need consistency when they go to school or to preschool, and hopefully at your home, I mean, we have a routine, right? So when they go to school, there is like maybe the first initial hi with some songs and the welcoming, and then they go through playing or learning, and then there is the break where they have snack and they continue learning and playing, and then they have the lunchtime. So kind of like that. So first thing that I'm going to share with you is, first tip is create a routine. If you don't have a routine right now, then you better create a sense of routine. The second tip is still going to be a lifestyle tip, but the last two are going to be, actually three, are going to be diet related, so stay with me until the end. The second tip that I'm going to give you that has helped me has been taking the pressure off. And you need to understand that your personality is a go driven, oriented, fiery business personality or manager, right? So you tend to pile up work, and that makes you feel great at what you do. But you need to realize that in order to manage that energy, it can be in your mindset. You have to take the pressure off and be like, you know, I've done everything today and the other stuff is gonna get done tomorrow. Because if you don't do that, if you keep pushing, you will suffer later on with some health issues, some health complication. I am seeing this all the time. So make sure that in your mindset, you just take that anxiety and pressure of be like, oh, these are the 3 things I'm accomplishing today. And that's okay. Now, the third tip that I'm giving you guys that has been super beneficial is going to bed by 10 p.m. In Italy, that's not normal, okay? Once you are old enough, you are expected, the lifestyle over there is eating dinner at 8 p.m. and then going out around 9 or 10 and staying up past midnight. I have to say that it's been a blessing living in the United States for the past 7 years, because at least where I live, people go to bed around 9 or 10 p.m. and that's great for me because it has helped me to focus on that routine, and my adrenal glands are performing way better because I'm getting at least 7 hours of sleep. I'm a morning person, and you can become a morning person too. So I know you want to, and Pitta likes to stay up past 10 and they get that second wind and they start working on their projects until 2 a.m. But that's not beneficial, okay? That's going against the current. So if you can get to bed or train yourself to switch off all the lights by 10 p.m., that's going to be tremendously beneficial for you, as well as feeling rested for the next day. The next tip is going to be diet related, and reducing my caffeine intake has been very beneficial for my anxiety as well as my fiery personality. Italians, as you guys know, drink lots of espressos. Here in the United States, they drink lots of coffee, the Americano or latte or things like that. I mean, it's kind of like the same thing. Espresso, it's kind of like a shot and it makes you buzz with electricity for the rest of the day, and I was drinking 3 to 4 espressos a day, and that's a lot. Like, that is absolutely, I think anyone who could back to 1 or 2. So for me right now it's 1. I only drink 1 espresso a day. That's the caffeine intake, and I've noticed a huge difference in lowering my anxiety as well as my fiery personality. The next diet change that I've made is reducing the intake of processed sugar as well as white cane sugar in my diet. And Italians tend to have a sweet breakfast, which I personally love. I love waking up and having cappuccino and croissant every morning, or having like granola and yogurt every morning. But I have noticed that doesn't really suit my digestive system, and it only makes me hangrier, if you know what that means. And when my body, and I think everyone who is Pitta experiences the sugar level dropping, it will make you so irritable that for Pitta you need to keep that blood sugar level stable, and that means including like a different kind of protein in the morning. So sometimes I switch to eggs in the morning, avocado toast, oatmeal with peanut butter, or some kind of like healthy fat in there, so that I will not have that crash that feeds the fire and irritability, and we get cranky and we snap at people. Okay, so make sure that you regulate your blood sugar levels. Next one, which is the last tip that I'm going to give you today, is I started introducing different cooling foods. So foods that have cooling properties, and herbs as well. So for example, cilantro as parsley, mint, coriander, cumin. These are herbs that help cooling the digestive system. And as well as I had to reduce, if not give up, raw garlic, raw onions, spicy food, which I have to say that in Italy I'm lucky because people don't really cook with like spicy herbs or spicy foods, so spices. But here in the United States, everything is spicy, and that only will increase the fire. A little bit is fine, but high amounts of that, it's gonna make you more fired up, as well as anything that it's fried, anything like fries and donuts and fried food is not good for Pitta. It will just make you more irritable, sluggish, and yeah, you might wonder like what the heck is going on with me. But the more you change your diet and understand how to cool yourself with herbs and spices and different type of foods and drinks, then your life is going to change. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to never miss an update. And I will see you in the next video.